Alright, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, double honor to the apostles and elders up in Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to all the Akim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity. I want to continue on the series of the milk. This would be episode 5, and I want to title it, Lord's willing, Nobody's Saved. Since we're in the spirit of cutting the Christian doctrine, it's necessary to go in on the Christians, and it's very basic, because you gotta understand, like a recent video that the elder Ainat, I believe his name is, said that we don't understand the power that we have. Even the basic knowledge that we obtained in this truth is well over these top scholar pastors in these churches. When they say that they saved, they don't understand that's a doctrine with a lot of holes in it that can't hold itself up. So it's this series is to continue to build the faith and the foundation of the younger Akim. Being only almost 3 years in this truth, I understand exactly how it is when you first come into this truth, and you out there got that zeal having arguments, and your spirit is right, but you don't you really can't put the words together, and you can't find it in the scriptures as well as the older brother would. So Lord's willing, these basic scriptures can help you out and build your foundation, ultimately building your faith, so that Lord's willing you will be saved. But this is I want to start in St. Matthew's, the 24th chapter, where it says Shalakia. This is 24, and I'm going to start at 2. It says, And Yahweh Shai said unto them, See not all these things. Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when these things shall be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world. Right, so what's going on is the disciples, the apostles, they saying, how would we know that the end is here? Pretty much, and what Yahweh Shai will go into is, he would tell you a bunch of things that's going to happen that will warn you that this is the end times. Because no man knows the time, not even Yahweh Shai, whom Yahweh Shai, for those who don't know, is who the world ignorantly called Jesus, who the Christian church who pushed that Jesus, that true person who they call Jesus, his true name is Yahweh Shai, and his father being Yahweh, who they ignorantly call God, but Yahweh Shai told he don't even know the time that it will be, but he's telling the disciples and the men of the Lord the signs that will come about, and it says just a couple of them. It says, All these are the beginning of the sorrows. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So these are the things that the men of the Lord, the ones who will ultimately be saved, will go through. But I will jump down to verse 13 in Matthew 24. It says, But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So how are you already saved? Christian churches want to tell you to come to the altar, or if you choose the Lord as your Lord and Savior, then you are saved. That's completely false. How you gonna give yourself the power, or who gave you the right to jump out of order, in this thing, and say that you over Yahweh Shai, because saying that you choose him, is saying you over him. This is Matthew 22 and 14. It says, For many are called, but few are chosen. Few are chosen. The key word is chosen. So how are you saved? He didn't choose anyone yet. You know? So that's impossible for people to say that they saved. You know? It's next to is blasphemy. You know? Because you ultimately saying that you don't need a savior. Precept. I got a few lined up, written down, so I keep looking down at the paper. But this is Hebrews 3:6. It says, "But Hamashiach is son over his own house, whose house are we, if we hold fast the confidence and rejoicing of the hope and firm unto the end." Right, now I'm going to read it again. It says, "But Hamashiach, a son over his house, whose house are we," meaning the Israelites, the men of the Lord, if the key point is, if we hold fast the confidence and the rejoicing of the hope firm unto the end. The key word is if. You know, nothing is certain. You know, jump down to verse 14 in the same chapter. It says, "For we are made partakers of Hamashiach, if we hold fast the beginnings of our confidence steadfast unto the end." You know, that's if. You know, you got this. This is serving the Lord is not something that you could just choose. You know, and jump at. You know, what in Matthew's with Zebedee, her two sons wanted to follow the Lord, and said, "Can they sit at? Can her son sit at his right and left? On his right hand and his left hand?" And what did he say? He said, "It's not of me to choose. It's for the Most High, Yahweh, to choose." You know, it ain't for one of us fleshly vessels to choose anything. You know, it ain't for that. We don't have that type of power. You know, so what is these Christians talking about? What is these Christians talking about, saying that they already saved? You know, it doesn't make any sense. That's saying that there's no need for Yahweh Shah. You know. This is Malachi 4:1. It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." You see, it says all that do wickedly. Now, another thing that the Christian church says is that the law is done away with. You know, but that's because they say since the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ came and died for their sins, then the law is done away with. So therefore, they can accept anyone as they come. Meaning, a homosexual can join the church. Meaning, some other ones that they do, you know, eat pork, you know, pretty much sin. They can do all these things because they already saved. You know, which Matthew 5:17 says, "Think not that I've come to destroy the law or the prophets. I come not to destroy, but to fulfill," which that word fulfill means to buy back. He just gave us the opportunity to not be upheld to the law itself. But in 1 second, let me get it. In John, brothers know what I'm getting, but you know, for those that don't know, this is John 8:11, and it says, I I gotta read up so you can get the point. Yeah, so pretty much what's going on in this verse, I just want to explain it and then get the point. Pretty much what's going on, it's a female that pretty much believed. She believed on Yahweh Shai, and pretty much, you know, she pretty much had 5 husbands, you know, and she said she had but one husband, but Yahweh Shai said she had 5 husbands, and there was men there to stone her, and Yahweh Shai said, "Ye that are without sin cast the first stone," you know. And then the point that I'm getting is verse 10. This is verse 11. This is St. John 8:11. He says, "She said, No man, Lord. And Yahushua said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more." The point is, he said, sin no more. Now, what is sin according to the scriptures? This is 1 John. This is a lot here. All right, this is 1 John 3:4, and it says, Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. You see, so that means he told her to go and sin no more, meaning that it's still in effect. Now, we're not held to just that standard. We're held to the standard of faith. You have to believe, truly believe. But if you do believe, you're going to keep the law to the best of your ability. You understand? That's why he told her to go sin no more. Now, these Christians who say that they already saved, they don't believe that the law is still to be kept. So back in Malachi, where I read, this is Malachi 4:1 again, and it says, For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. Now, the ones that's doing wickedly is the Christian church, because they believe that the law is done away with, you know. So how are they saved? You know, if they committing sins willfully, it says, shall be as stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So the people who believe the Lord is done away with and just doing their own thing according to their own knowledge is going to be destroyed. So how are you saved, Christian church? And then this is verse 2. It says, But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves in the stall of the stall. Now the point is, it says, the Son of righteous, it says, But unto you that fear my name, meaning ultimately the men of the Lord, and the 1/3 that's going to believe in the true power, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the Son of Righteousness, being Yahweh Shai, will arise with healing in his wings. Healing to who? Healing to the ones that are sick. Healing to the ones that are hurting, that went through that trouble that was spoke about, and that was told to the men of the Lord, which we read in the beginning, you know, which was going to be the signs of the time, which is ultimately Jacob's trouble, you know. So those are the ones that's going to need healing, you know. And the point is that no one is actually saved yet, you know, because all of these things have to come to pass, and you have to endure it. How do you know you're going to endure it? How do you know you're not going to take the mark of the beast if it haven't happened yet? You know? So, you know, that's pretty much the point. You know, it's really the first couple scriptures that you got, that I got in the video, that you can use and put in your repertoire, you know, just to pretty much let these Christians know that they're not saved yet. You know, but as the rest of the milk videos are, I don't try to go too long on it, so I'm just end it right there. You know, Lord willing, whomever is for, be edified, you know. But again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Again, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders up in Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to all the Akim that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Alright, shalom.